Happy New Year, everybody. Boy, how time flies. So, first call of the year. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. So, I want to get down to what are you going to do for 2026? Have you guys decided what your plan is? Have you guys actually revisited your business from last year to see where you need help on? See where you're not applying yourself to? Spoke to an agent, matter of fact, on the way to work this morning. He said, "You want to be on the call? Can you just, go over a couple things with me real quick now?" So I kind of tapped on him real easily. But his main problem is, his main concern is, what can I do to make more money? Okay? I think that's what everybody's focus is, no matter what year it is. You want to do a little bit better or a lot better this year than you did with last year. And the only way for you to do that is that you got to ask yourself, at the present point where I'm at now, am I content and am I happy where I'm at? Next step will be you got to admit to yourself, because it's hard to do, especially for men, to say, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, yet we want to keep on being like a mouse chasing that little spinning wheel over and over and over again, not wondering why you're not getting any better, because you're going the same path over and over because you're afraid to jump off and do something differently. You have to have a system, and the system is go to work. Just 3 words is go to work. 2 more words you got to learn is learn and apply. Because you can learn this stuff, yet do you really apply what you learn? What happens for a lot of agents that prevents them from moving forward is that they desire to do Medicare Advantage, filing. They desire to do everything, yet what happens on the next note, their expectations are, I'm not going to be able to do it. They desire with the goal to do well, yet based on memory, muscle memory, I tried it before, it didn't work. So your expectations are not strong, and what ends up happening is that between these 2 ears, you self-destruct yourself before you do it. So what we need to do is kind of like in the movie, my mind just went blank. Jay, what was the movie? Men in Black. Men in Black. If you recall how when Tommy Lee Jones didn't want anybody to remember what they had just seen because of all the stuff they're doing, they put their sunglasses on and they hit that little pen apparatus and they hit that little button, and all of a sudden everything you just saw, you forgot. It's amazing how it just happens like in the last 2 minutes, not the past. So what you got to do is you got to hit that button and say, okay, it's time. I understand where I'm at. I don't want to be. What can I do to be better? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start desiring more, and I'm going to put higher expectations on myself with a goal set in place, and I'm going to tell somebody. I'm going to call Joe up. I'm going to call Henry up. I'm going to call somebody up to tell them this is what my goals are, because now you're putting yourself being held accountable. Because if you call me, you call Jay, and you say, I want to do 10 applications this month. I want to do this, this, and this. I will give you my word. Every week, we're going to call you and ask you where you are in the process of hitting your goals. So now, most people don't want to let that person down, so it's going to make them try harder. Now, think about it. Now, the only way for us to get better at what we're doing is that you have to add value. And what I mean by adding value is that you need to learn more stuff. You need to study more, you need to practice more. So when you're speaking with people, you come across as 100% professional. You're thinking before you speak. You're closing your mouth in between sentences to where you don't go the ums and the ahs and the e's and the knows. Say a sentence, put the lips together, don't talk, And then when your next sentence, open your mouth up again. That's number one. Number two, you can add all the carriers you want. I got millions of carriers for you. I got them in annuities, long-term. I got every carrier for you. Yet, how many carriers do you really need? A lady called Jay last week. She says, yep, I want to get some carriers. And she rattled off about a dozen of them. Jay asked her, why do you need a dozen carriers? Just an honest question. She says, well, I want to be prepared. So in case somebody asks me, do you have this or that? I'm ready to go. I said, okay. So Jay asked her, how much time do you have to study, learn the application, know the underwriting, know all the prescriptions for a dozen companies? He said, Joe, what I heard was silence. The lady never came on to work for us because she wanted all these carriers, and to me, there's no need. You need maybe 3 carriers. 3 carriers, that's it. 3 life carriers. I'm not gonna say the ones that I would recommend, yet there's 3. I'm gonna tell you now. You probably get Transamerica. They've got a great term product. They've got a great whole life product. They've got you their new FE program. That's fantastic. You got Royal Neighbors, which has basically the same thing, life, whole life. Everything is totally computer, accept or deny. And AMAM is another great company that you'll be able to offer clients who offer our clients now that are over 50 years old, who have like a depression, anxiety, schizophrenia. They don't ask that question, okay? It's all built into their pricing. There's other ones, Mutual of Omaha, Forrester's got a lot of great companies. But those are the 3 I'd probably have you start off with, and then you can always phase into other ones for some reason that you need them. Now, let's say you want to write an annuity and you have no idea how to do it. Call me and we'll go over how to do it. It's a very, very simple process. You know, what do you want to do with the money? What's the money for? Is it for your retirement? Are you going to leave it to your children? What are you going to do with it? How much money do you have? From there, you get with me. We get with Wesley at home office. You're going to tell him everything you know. He may get on the phone with you, with the client, to help you help the client and make a sale. There's companies out there that do it, but there's nobody that works like Wesley. This guy is a charm. He's helped out 3 agents who work with us. They all did everything. They're very happy. They're doing backflips. So what happened is that they lost that fear to ask somebody, are you happy with the return on your investments? Are you happy with the interest you're making? Are you happy where your money's taking you? Are you happy where you're at now in your bucket of money? Once you pop that hit hard and you get somebody to help you out, it gives you the power that you felt that you never had before. Okay, how many of you guys want to talk about under 65 health insurance? Right now with all this ACA and Obamacare going on, we're lighting it up. Very simple application. There are health questions. Application is very simple, done online. You get an instant approval at the end. Very, 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 very simple. And what it is that my goal today is to open your eyes up to where you can make more money in different streams of income. When I started in the business, it was final expense. That was it. Nothing else. So if I didn't make a final expense sale, I didn't make no money. So I got some people I was working with and they said, Joe, why don't you start doing a little bit of dental insurance, a little bit of under 65 health insurance. Medicare really wasn't available back then to us because we were independent agent and be captive. What about an annuity? What about group health insurance? I said, man almighty. I said, that's a lot of stuff to learn. Even me, it was a lot to learn. Yet, had a little soul searching with myself. I said to myself, are you happy where you are today? The same things I'm asking you. Are you happy where you are today? And I said, no. Are you happy with the amount of money you have in your checking account? My answer was no. Got back on my friend Scott. I said, Scott, tell me how I can start doing under 65 health insurance. Well, let's get together. I kind of go over with you. I'm going to hook you up with this IMO that does it. They're the greatest people. I did it. I said, man, this is spectacular. And it's not that hard. What ends up happening is that either we hear stories from somebody else that say it's hard, or we think it's hard. So what happens is that, again, the desire and the expectation. So I desired to make more money. I had the want, the desire, I had the drive. I wanted to do better. So what I did, I studied more. I cannot study at home. That's my style, okay? I can study here at the office. Before then, I didn't have an office. I used to have to go to the library. I went to the University of South Florida Library, and I studied there on one of the floors to where it was nice and quiet. Because my mindset, library, study, learn, I had to put my mind and my focus, I had to put my body in that area to where I would know that I'm there to do one thing. I don't know about you guys. When I'm at home, I want to wash a load of clothes. I got this dirty dishes that's been sitting in the sink for 5 minutes. I can stay there another 2 hours, but I had to wash it, okay? Oh, I see something outside. I got to pick up that piece of trash in my yard. At the library, it was called study, study, study. Now, how many carriers do you have now? Do you really need more? Do you actually know the carriers that you have? I said this on the national call last week. Had an agent call me and said that she had a client that she wanted to write up a policy for. She wanted $25,000. Client says, yes, I want to buy it. It was the right price. The agent asked the questions. The client did not say the whole truth. So the agent put her with Mutual of Omaha. Okay, so that's the carrier she wanted to go with. Client says, I love it. She calls me and said, Joe, it says on the application, not favorable or unfavorable. So when you hear that, you kind of back off, sit back, punt, and you go to a different carrier. Calls me, and I'm on the phone with her. I said, ask her, is she on any new medications? Yes, she is. She just got diagnosed and prescribed medication for angina. Mutual of Omaha says, if you had it for 2 years on that med, we'll take you. But if it's brand new, we don't want you. She ended up putting her with Transamerica's FE solution. Instead of $25,000, she got $20,000. Okay? Now, another thing you have to learn is underwriting. How to ask questions, how to try to extract the information, how to get their attention to where they're going to give you the answers that you need, yet they got to trust you, which is another whole conversation. So think about the things we discussed today. If you want to venture into an annuity, call me. Set up a meeting for you and Wesley. You want to do under 65 health insurance? Get with us. Jay can help you. I can help you. You want to do Medicare, Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements? I'll set you up with Henry. So at this office here, we've got every single thing you need at your fingertips. You want leads, direct mail leads? We got them. Okay? So let us know. Call us. Number's right here, up here on top here. Call me. We appreciate you guys. Happy New Year. Happy January, what's it, the 12th, Jay? Happy January 12th. And you guys have a very, very nice day, and we love you guys.